Every young man wants wealth. I mean, every person wants wealth, but I believe not many people truly know what they mean when they actually say wealth. So, like, for example, what I used to think wealth was Lambos, hella girls, power, money, etc. And just being able to do whatever the fuck I wanted with my life. And yeah, that's true. That is part of wealth, but it's not just superficial stuff. And the meaning of wealth is different for everybody, but for some reason, and I believe it's due to social media, wealth seems to be the same copy and paste subject for every single young man. I've been recently thinking, I went on a walk yesterday and I was truly trying to dissect what wealth means to me. And I came down to these three things. It means financial wealth, like money, it means health, and it means love. Those are the three main aspects that people, want in their life. I mean, who wouldn't want that? And those are the three main aspects that life is comprised of. See, if you think about everything we do, it's for one of those reasons. So if you work, it's for financial wealth. If you go to the gym or if you eat, you even drink water, it's for health. And you wanting to talk to a woman, even you watching porn or you speaking with somebody is love because you want connection because all humans do. And so these all go into subtopics. Like, for example, inside of wealth, financially at least, you have a bunch of different metrics like how much money do you truly want in the bank? How many hours do you want to work? What do you want to make of your life? What do you want to buy? What do you want that financial freedom to allow you to do? If you look at health, what's a good physique to you? What does health even mean to you? Is it being able to run a 6 minute mile? Is it being able to fight? Is it being able to just be fit or not overweight? It all just depends. Is it being able to look like a movie star? Perhaps. And what is love? Love is connection. You want connection, and whether that be with one girl, whether that be with 10, or whether that be with your friends because you feel lonely, we all want connection. So you have to decide what it is that you exactly want, because when you say, I want to be wealthy, you don't even know what you mean. And when you put something, or at least when you speak something into existence, but it's very vague, it's not going to happen. You have to have the concepts, the exact metrics that you want to happen. So I want you to break this down. First of all, we'll go to health, and I'll ask you a series of questions. What do you want to feel like physically? What do you want to look like? When others see you, or at least see your body and your shape, your physique, even how handsome you are, what do you want them to think? What tasks do you want to be able to achieve with your body? And how much time are you willing to put to make all this happen? Now, if you go to wealth, financially, how much money do you want? What do you want to do with this money? What would making this amount of money mean to you? Why do you even want money in the first place? What does it represent? Side note on this, you'll probably think I'm stupid or I'm being all hippie by saying, what does money represent to you? But it's something that I came across that's actually very interesting because everybody says they want money, but money is just a piece of paper. You want something that's beneath that. You want power, you want validation, you want freedom, you want safety, you want something. So think about that. And lastly, I'd ask you, if you had all the money in the world, what would you still want to do? Now, this question is going to be very important because it's going to determine how you want to make your money. And the last part, love. So this will really depend on your age. It'll depend on who you are, what you want, obviously. But I mean, what do you want in terms of friends? What do you want in terms of a partner? Do you want a relationship? Do you want to just fuck around? And by the way, dig deep into what you're saying, because if you say, I just want to have 100 women, maybe you don't. Maybe you won't feel satisfied. Maybe what you really wanted all along is validation and love, and you think that 100 women will give you that, when maybe just one could, or even better, maybe you could give yourself that. But it's up to you to figure that out. So anyways, back to the questions. What does love look like to you? What characteristics would you like your friends to have? What characteristics would you like your partner to have? What is required of you to be able to attract those type of people and for them to want you in their life? Once you answer all these questions, you have a pretty good roadmap of where you want to go in life and how to start. Now, if you're still confused on where to start, well, let's take it back a step. Think of all the answers you made. And now for each answer, try to come up with at least one task that you can do in order to achieve that answer. So for example, back to health, physique. If you want somebody to view your physique and think that you look like a Greek god, then you probably have to come to terms with the fact that looking like a Greek god takes a Greek god's level of work. So you're probably going to have to spend a lot of time in the gym. You're going to have to eat clean. You're going to have to live a strict life where everything is accordance with your diet and with your physique. And if that's something that you truly want to do and something that you connect to, then that's fine. That's completely fine. But truly be self-aware of what you're saying here. Or for example, if you want to say that I want 8 Lambos, then okay, that's fine. But take the cost of one Lambo, which I think is like 300,000, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'll multiply that by 8. That's 2.4 million. So if you want to have 2.4 million to spend on cars, you're gonna have to find a way to make a shit ton of money. And I'm not saying you can, but then you need to think, how am I going to make money? And then you go down the rabbit hole of building skills to make enough money for that. Really, again, think about what money means to you. Like, what do you truly want? Power, respect, etc. And think about how much money would you really need to have that. It also just depends on what life you want to live, because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to achieve with this for you and for me is to realize that life is yours to live. And if there was one life, then you'd want to spend it in a certain way. So you can start now to achieve that dream life, but you have to start and you have to have clear metrics of where you want to go. And lastly, if you look at love, what is it that you want? Do you want a group of brothers who can have your back? Well, in that case, you're probably going to have to, number 1, go outside. Number 2, talk to men. And number 3, position yourself in places where men who maybe are powerful or responsible or disciplined, strong are. For romantic love, what do you want from a partner? Maybe you want her to have a fat ass and blue eyes. Well, maybe you'll have to go to Norway. No, I'm kidding. But maybe you want her to be a great mother because you want lots of children. Well, then you're probably not going to go to the club on a Sunday night and look for a relationship there. On the opposite side, maybe you just want to have a bunch of women at the moment. I'm not saying that's good, but I'm not here to judge you. Well, in that case, you probably would go another route. It really all just depends on what you want to do with your life. And it's all up to you. So if you actually wrote these down, I actually am proud of you, because a lot of people don't. You're probably going to take action. So if you wrote this down, you're like 90% more likely to take action. And if you're 90% more likely to take action, then you're 100% more likely to succeed. Because if you take action, there's no doubt that on a long enough time frame, you will succeed, as I always like to say. So take this video, run with it, actually use it for fuck's sake, and let me know where you go.